Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to YouTube viewers, good morning to Instagram viewers, good morning to Facebook viewers, good morning to you all. It's a rainy day, but I'm gonna stick some sunshine in here for you because even when it's raining, we still shine. So that's what this is all about today. It's about shining and rising up. Today's topic is based on today's story. Today's story is the tale of two neighbors, and this story tells a lot about how we are as people. So we can apply what's being said in this story to parts of our lives, and that's what this story is about. So again, the story is about two neighbors. All right, Biff. It's a neighborhood where a suburban neighborhood, all hot single family houses, middle class neighborhood, nice neighborhood. The people, the neighborhood is, well kept. It's not, it's just your normal neighborhood. They take care of it. So put yourself in that situation, and it's middle class again. Biff, he's married, and he's got a wife. He's got two kids. They got a little beautiful raised ranch home. Where they raising their family. It's like again, it's a beautiful neighborhood. His wife, she makes sure that the yard, everything is like straight. So she's like, even when she's not working, she's out there, tending to that garden. While the husband, he hangs out with the kids and stuff. So it works out good for Biff and his family. Now, right across the street lives Ned. And Ned, he's married to Sarah, and they got two, teenage sons, high school kid sons, and they got a younger, daughter. And they're a tight knit family also. They're church bearing. He's a hard working guy. Uh, Sarah, she's a caretaker, so she cares for other children. She has like a daycare thing going on at the house, so with the church background and the religious background, it makes fitting for their family, Ned and his family. So and on both sides, both families, all the families in that neighborhood are all well-mannered people, so that's another plus that goes with this story. So one day, Biff, he decides he wants to put up this fence, but it's not just a normal fence. He's putting it up in his front yard, and it blocks his house from the street. So he puts up that fence, and after like the first week, you know, uh, Biff's wife notices she's going out to go to work, and she's like, hey, somebody vandalized our fence. So, not thinking anything too much of it, say, hey, it's just kids, just doing this, we'll fix it. So Biff fixes that weekend, he fixes the fence, he repairs the fence. And not even before morning, the fence was completely destroyed. So now, you know, Biff's upset about this. He's like, hey, this is going a little bit beyond a prank. So he decides to install cameras, to protect his property and to, view, outsiders coming into his property. So, so, um, like 2 days after the cameras are up, everything's operational. The fence company comes and they start putting up the new fence. And Ned bolts out of his house, runs across the street. He's demanding that, the fence people stop what they're doing, take their supplies, put it back in the truck, and to get out of the neighborhood that fence is not going up. So uh, Biff, he hears the commotion. So Biff, as he's walking outside, Ned runs over and just attacks him. Out of character, out of place. Something that's never happened before. No one's ever seen Ned lose his temper, and he came out, he was a complete different person. So Biff, Ned's sons runs over his wife, all the families come out, and they separate the two guys. police were called and stuff like that. It turned into a, not good situation. And, you know, this is a story that has happened more and more prevalently, um, in society today, where, people who've never been in trouble before, never even thought about being in trouble before, because, people nowadays are taking these stances and they're willing to, put violence behind those stances, even though they're not violent people. So we want to discuss today what this is and to be able to identify it so that we can protect ourselves in our lives, so that we can, rethink about, situations that we go through. So, um, what we learned from this story, is that, good people, meaning both families, as I stated before, hardworking, family orientated, God fearing, that out of nowhere they're doing something way outside of their character, and we're finding it more and more. And number two, that all it took to offset the positivity and the flow, of these families was something so simple as a fence. That's all it took. Didn't take name calling, didn't take gossip, didn't take any of the above, just a simple fence. Okay? So we can apply that fence in different situations in our lives. Just replace the fence with whatever it is you go through, and it will apply, because emotionally, all emotions are the same. It's just situations are different. And some would say, well, there's no warning signs for that, because I always talk about warning signs. Yes, there were warning signs. The warning sign was when, after the second time, when Biff repaired that fence, he should have known at that point, hey, this is a neighbor. This is somebody really, really close to us that's doing this. This isn't outsiders or kids or anything else. This is more serious than that. So that was the warning sign. And, how fast the vandalism started. The vandalism started as soon as he put that fence up. When things happen like that, where you put something up in your yard and it's destroyed within that first week, 9 out of 10 times, it's somebody that you know, somebody that knows you, somebody that's close to you, because coincidence doesn't happen like that, where people just show up and say, hey, you just put this up, I'll vandalize it. It doesn't work like that. So, that's another warning that was there for them. But I want to leave you, because it's, that rainy day. I'm adding a little sunshine to give us something that we can walk away from with the story of, these two neighbors. Is that, these things that we're hearing these days about just normal, everyday, regular people, it's happened more and more and more and more. So there's something that's behind that, and I think it's the way that we focus, we listen to like media outlets, and we get behind people with that angry attitude, and we can't do that. And for good people, we say to ourselves, think about both sides of that family. Biff is telling his family, to do the right thing, don't give violence for violence. Ned, he's telling his family, treat people as you want to be treated, always show love, try to be understanding, always try to be giving. Now, these are the principles that they've taught to their families. But yet and still, they found time to let all that go and to take on a different character that went completely out. So that right there is a mixed signals that we send to our children. So we have to stand firm. We can't be like, hey, this person deserved what he got. But then again, if it happens to someone in your family, it's like, oh no, it didn't deserve it. That's, let's stop being hypocritical, in these situations. So if we're better than the people that we're fighting against, where they're fighting us, we're giving violence for violence. Aren't we also the same people? So there is no difference. We're the same people. We're all violent. If you don't see things our way, then let's do it this way. And we can't do that because that's not how what change is about. Change is about a plan, and change is about democracy, and not falling into these traps where we have to show violence in order to make people believe or respect what we believe. Um, so maybe people won't like the clothes that you wear. Maybe people might not like you, never met you before in your life. Maybe people won't like the fence that you put up in your house. But it doesn't mean that we have to use violence because these people don't see things the way that we see things. And in all matters, it's wrong. So we have to, with the up and coming events going on in the world, which is world changing, but don't let ourselves get caught up so much in the event that we come outside of our moral systems, our moral beliefs, to turn violent against violent, or to speak harshly to someone who's speaking harshly against us. We tell our children to be the bigger people, so we as adults, let's show our children that we are the bigger people. And just because, one belief system believes that violence is the only way, let's show that our belief system shows that it's not. It's not to say not to protect yourself. Yes, protect yourself at all costs. If your safety of you or your family is in jeopardy, you protect yourself. But if you do not have to use violence, or you do not have to, throw anger at somebody who's throwing anger at you, then let's be the bigger people, and let's reshape how we think, and show that we can walk away from it, because it hurts those people more. And when they come out of character, then they get arrested. So that's another reason why it's best not to fall into it. So with that, I want to get this out to you. Have a beautiful day. The weather is so, but we're gonna make the best of it. So everybody have a happy Monday. Peace and blessings. Oh, click like, subscribe, share, and we got a new viewer. So yes, we got a new viewer. So, one of them came up. They do it like once I explained that yesterday, how they do it. It's kind of weird. We got 32, but it's showing up as 22. But we got a new one yesterday. They added them. So to him or her, welcome to our show, and we're gonna bring you quality content. If there's a topic that you want tackled, I'll talk about any topic, because there's not too much that I haven't experienced. So with that, again, everybody have an awesome day, and peace and blessings.